Rosie and Alex have been best friends since childhood. They spent almost all their time together. Alex often told the girl his strange dreams. In dreams, he often became an inanimate object. 10 years later, Rosie and Alex are still best friends. On Rosie and Alex's 18th birthday, they go to a club and dance and drink alcohol all night, and suddenly they kiss, after which Rosie falls to the floor. In the morning, Alex comes to Rosie and asks if she remembers what happened yesterday. Rose is ashamed that she was very drunk.
It never happened. Alex, okay, you can't tell anyone.
Alex gets upset at this answer. He thinks Rosie is embarrassed because they kissed, but in reality, Rosie doesn't remember last night. A few days later, they go to the beach. A handsome, muscular guy named Greg approaches Rosie. The guy invites Rosie to go to prom together, but Rosie refuses because she will go to the prom with Alex. Alex calls Greg a dumb jock, but Rosie likes him. A beautiful girl named Bethany approaches Alex. She invites Alex to go to the prom together. Bethany is one of the most beautiful and popular girls in school. Rosie allows Alex to go with Bethany to the prom, while she goes with Greg. The next day, Alex tells Rosie that he lost his virginity. This news makes Rosie very angry. At the prom, Rosie dances with Greg, and very soon they are heading to a hotel room. But it all ends very quickly. Rosie asks Greg where his condom is. Rosie tries to find the rubber band inside herself, but nothing comes out. He calls Alex and tells him what happened, but Alex doesn't understand what she's talking about.
The condom came off inside my vagina, and at present I'm unable to locate it.
Rosie goes to the hospital where they help her with her problem. Alex takes Rosie home. They laugh at what happened. Alex invites Rosie to go to Boston. He wants to go to the USA and go to Harvard, and Rosie can go to college to major in hotel business. Rosie agrees and tells her parents about her plans. Her mother forbids her to go to America, but the father, on the contrary, supports his daughter in her desire to open her own hotel in the future. A few weeks later, Rosie comes to Alex's house to tell him that she has been accepted into college. But Alex is a little busy. He shows Bethany his bed.
I know. So gross.
Rosie comes to the pharmacy where she meets Ruby. The girl asks for anti-nausea medicine, but Ruby gives her a pregnancy test. A few minutes later, Rosie finds out that she is pregnant.
Bollocks.
Rosie does not tell Alex about the pregnancy and says that she will fly to Boston a little later. They say goodbye at the airport and almost kiss. Rosie and Ruby become friends. Rosie can't have an abortion because her parents are against it, but she doesn't want to be a mother either. Ruby comes up with a plan. Rosie must give birth to a child and give him to another family, and then she will fly to Boston to Alex. 9 months pass, and Rosie gives birth to a girl. Rosie decides to keep the baby and names her Katie. A new life began for Rosie. Every day a girl faces the difficulties of motherhood, but Rosie is lucky because her parents help her with everything. One day while walking, Rosie meets Bethany. Rosie says that she works as a nanny and this is not her child, but Bethany immediately realizes that Rosie is lying. A few days later, Alex unexpectedly arrives. Rosie tries to hide all the baby things, but Alex already knows that Rosie gave birth to a child. Bethany told him about it. He asks why Rosie didn't tell him anything. She says that she didn't want him to come back because of her. Alex meets little Katie and wants to become the girl's godfather. Alex and Rosie spend the whole day together. Rosie was able to feel young for a short time. The next day, Alex leaves. A lot of time passes. Alex wishes Katie a happy first Christmas and happy birthday. Rosie tells Alex about her life in England and reads letters about his life in Boston. Soon, Alex finds himself a girlfriend. 5 years go by very quickly. Rosie and Alex are still best friends. Alex wishes Katie a happy birthday. Rosie and Ruby work as maids in a hotel. At this time, Alex is building a successful career with his girlfriend. Rosie sometimes brings guys home, and one day Katie meets one of them. It was Katie's first day of school, which she was almost late for. Alex lives in an expensive apartment with a beautiful girl, but their life is not ideal. Alex tells his girlfriend his dream. In the dream, he became an arrowhead. But the girl does not understand him and says that he needs to seek help from a psychiatrist. He tells his dream to Rosie, and she doesn't think it's strange. Alex writes in a message that he misses him, and Rosie decides to come. She thinks Alex is inviting her because he loves her.
What
have you told the poor brat that you're coming home with a dad?
Rosie thinks it's strange that Alex never mentioned his girlfriend in the conversation. She hopes that her feelings are mutual. Rosie flies to Boston, and Alex takes her to a club. They have a great time and remember their youth. Alex is really in love with Rosie. Alex invites Rosie to his apartment and introduces him to his girlfriend. During dinner, the girl reveals that she is pregnant. Rosie doesn't understand why Alex didn't tell her anything.
Sorry, I thought it did.
Rosie accidentally spills a glass of wine and the girl begins to get very angry.
Oh, why can't you just say fudge?
Rosie and Alex can't stop laughing. After Alex's girlfriend calms down, they all go to a painting exhibition together. During the exhibition, Rosie and Alex argue because Alex left her alone and went with his girlfriend to talk to other guests. Rose understands that she is superfluous here and leaves. She understands that she was mistaken and Alex doesn't need her, just like his girlfriend. She tries to explain to him that Alex is living wrong, that he has a lot of problems with his girlfriend and will soon have a child. Alex responds by insulting Rosie and saying that she is jealous of him because her life is not as rich as his. He says it's all because Rosie got pregnant. Rosie is offended and flies back to England. One day Rosie meets Greg. He returned and decided to become a father to Katie. Rosie gives him one chance. Greg tries to be a good father, and Rosie falls in love with him. Greg proposes marriage to her. Rosie invites Alex to her wedding, but he didn't come. Rosie calls Alex's girlfriend, and she tells him that they live separately. Rosie learns that Sally cheated on Alex and is not pregnant by him. Rosie calls Alex and tries to cheer him up. Alex says he didn't want to be a father anyway, but he lied. Rosie and Alex made up and started talking to each other again. Another 5 years pass. Rosie comes into her daughter's room and sees that Katie and her friend are listening to music. Rosie remembered how she and Alex sat like this in this room a long time ago. Rosie's parents go on a trip, and one day, Rosie finds out that her dad has died. Alex comes to the funeral. He supports her and says that her father was a good man. Greg also approaches Rosie and is having a lot of fun. Alex is angry with him, and a conflict ensues between them. Soon Alex sends Rosie a letter in which he confesses his love for her, but if she is happy with Greg, he will not interfere with her. Greg finds this letter and hides it from Rosie. Rosie receives a letter from her father. He sent her a letter when he was alive. In it, he says that he is proud of her and wants Rosie to fulfill her dream. Rosie decides to open her own small hotel. Alex has not received a response from Rosie and begins dating Bethany. While working, Rosie accidentally finds out that Greg is cheating on her. She arrives and slaps him in the face. Meanwhile, Alex invites Rosie to the wedding. Rosie finds Alex's letter and is afraid that he has already forgotten what he wrote. But Ruby convinces her friend that Alex will not marry Bethany if he sees Rosie. Rosie packs her things and flies to Boston to stop the wedding, but she doesn't make it in time. At the wedding, Rosie gives a touching speech and confesses her love to Alex.
Honestly, truly, completely love you. Like a sister loves a brother.
During the party, Katie's friend kisses her. Katie leaves because she thinks friends can't love each other, but Alex and Rosie say that she is mistaken, and if she loves a guy, she should go to him now, because if she doesn't, they will both regret it for the rest of their lives. Katie asks if Alex kissed her mom. Alex says they kissed. Many years later, Alex finds out that Rosie did not remember this kiss. Rosie and Alex realize that they have missed out on so many opportunities for such a small reason, but they both can't do anything anymore. Rosie returns to her city and soon opens a hotel. Her first visitor is the man who rode with her in the elevator on graduation day. Rosie remembered Alex again, and at that moment he goes inside. She's glad to see him. Alex says he came back for good because he and Bethany realized they didn't love each other. Rosie takes Alex into the room and they kiss. After many years, they finally found each other. And this is where the film ends.